can hear you. I don't care. There's no shouting, loud speaking, gurgling, growling. You know this. All right, quiet. Thank you. Oh my. Oh, hello. Welcome to the Monster Library. My name is Juliet. How can I help you? Oh, doing a report for magic school. Magic school, yes. That's lovely, lovely. What would you like to do your report on? You don't know? No ideas whatsoever, Well, I've just been reading a fascinating book written by humans. Strange but true. It's all sorts of different creatures and their silly little theories for how these creatures originated. It's fascinating stuff. How silly humans are. Not quite what your professor has in mind. No matter, no matter. I'm not finished with that one anyway, so. Now, let's see. I'm sure I can help you find something interesting to write about. Now, would you like something contemporary? Because here I have, this is a yearbook of all the current attendees at Monster High. Rochelle Goyle, Twyla, Jennifer Long, Caddy Noir, Vandala Doubloons, Kiyomi Haunterly, and all their characteristics and the things they get up to at school. No, you don't go to Monster High. Alright, not interested. I understand. Now, let's see. Here we have a very recent book written about fairies and fairy magic. It gives you all the different types of fairies, where they originated, what their magical powers are. It's very, very interesting. I have a good friend who's a fairy, and he has read all through this several times and can vouch for the fact that it's very factually accurate. No, fairies, not really your cup of tea. Are you sure? Okay. Well, let's see. Ah, here's something interesting. Werewolf lore. Ah, now we're piquing your interest, okay? Werewolf lore starts at the very beginning of time. Goes all the way through the great werewolf hunts. It's very, very fascinating stuff. What's that? Oh no, werewolves have been around forever. You know, something interesting is that humans believe that werewolves are just a myth, that they came about because people misunderstood human diseases back in days of yore. It's utter rubbish. But this book tells the full, complete history. Maybe the werewolves. Alright. I'm gonna put this into a maybe pile for you. Okay. Now, as you can see, we have an extensive library here. I mean, every variety and breed of monster. Werewolves, vampires, ghosts, goblins, ogres, anything you can think of at all. We have a book here, or 2, or 50, to give you all the information that you need to ace that project. So, how about zombies? Maybe. I love this book. It's beautiful, isn't it? You can tell how old it is. Handcrafted this was. Some say it was made from the skin of a zombie. I hope that's not true. But it is very old, so you'd have to be very, very, very delicate with these pictures and pages, alright? We respect our books here. Some of them have been around for thousands of years. They are very well preserved, and we do have our spells that we use to keep them in good shape when need be. But we still ask for your respect. So maybe the zombies, yes? Alright. Now, here we have a recent copy of, this is not a history so much as a book of poetry about sea folk, mermaids of course, sirens, kelpies, things of that nature. Oh, your ex was a siren? You do not look old enough to be dating, especially if you're still in magic school. I understand, though, so this is a definite no. All right. So far, we have a maybe on the werewolves and a maybe on the zombies. Is there anything else that you can think of that might tickle your fancy? Ogres, maybe? Ogres are fascinating, you know. Everybody thinks that they're just big and stupid and ugly and they go around bashing people over the head, but I feel that ogres are very misunderstood. As a matter of fact, we have a support group that meets here on Wednesday nights. That's just for ogres to sit around and discuss the misconceptions and prejudices surrounding them. Anybody's welcome to come and sit in. It's very, very enlightening. They do suffer quite a bit, yes. You seem like a very open-minded person. That's great. Well then, yes, you should definitely come to the meeting. I'm sure they'd be happy to have you. I'll be there too, so I can vouch for you. Okay, let's see, what else do we have here? Ogres. We've got... This one's more of a elf situation here. This is folktales from the elven community. Not factual, of course, but is a good example of some of the art that comes out of the elf community. Very, very talented elves. I remember reading this story when I was a little girl. This book would actually be great for an oral presentation if you decided that you wanted to stand up in front of the class, maybe, and perform a story or two. That might get you some extra credit. Thinking outside the box, as it were. Yes. Yes? May I help you? Hold right there, okay? Don't move. I'll be right back. Oh, yes. The little monsters section is down the stairs and to the left. Yes, there's a sign right there, yes. All right. Cute little goblin. So maybe on the elves, yes, okay. That's good. Let me check over here and see if I can find maybe something a little bit different, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, I found several more things that may be of interest to you. Now this one is tiny, I know, but this is all the information that we have on the invisible folk. I know. It's so very difficult to track them down. So you wouldn't have a lot to work with here, but it could make for a very interesting project. Especially if you know anyone that's invisible. No? Shame. Okay. Now, what are your feelings on witches? I have here the Witch's Book of Spells. It's just as you think, but it also contains quite a bit of history. Each spell details the creator and their life. That's why it's such a large book. Maybe? Okay. And along those same lines, if you'd like more than one book on the topic, we also have Curses and Hexes. Now this one you need to be careful with. I will warn you. This book is not to be taken lightly, and it's definitely not to be played around with. It is for informational purposes only, and the library will make you sign a waiver stating that you agree that you will not attempt any of the spells or hexes in this book. It would be very, very irresponsible indeed of you to do such a thing. Could you be trusted? You do have a trustworthy face. All right. Well, let me know if that's the one that you decide on, and I'll get your paperwork ready. Okay? Now, the last book I've pulled for you is very, very old. Ancient, in fact. And this one is about vampires and vampire lore. Yes, vampires are fascinating, aren't they? Everybody seems to like them. Not sure if that's due to their hypnotizing abilities or what. Goes through the entire history of vampires from the beginning, ancient times, all the way up to fairly recently, which is odd considering how old this book is. I really think that the same vampire worked on this. Sadly, I don't know the whereabouts of the author of this book. Very mysterious. The author isn't listed here, but you can tell by the writing style that it was the same through thousands of years. I don't think there are as many ancient vampires around these days, but it would be so very interesting to find the one who wrote this book, ask about their life. What do you think? I think this would be a guaranteed A because of the sheer amount of information that's in here. So what's it gonna be? I've given you a lot of very good choices, I think. You still can't decide. Okay, well, how about this? The library does allow you to check out more than one book at a time. So why don't you pick your favorite 3 and check those out, take them home, start reading, and just see which one takes your interest the most. Sound like a good idea? All right. So then, the vampires. That's a good choice. What else? Werewolves. Okay. I have that one here. Okay, the werewolves. Beautiful book. And what else? Ah, the zombies. Okay, good choice. Very well, very well. Now, do you have your monster library card? May I see it? Okay, very good, very good. Now, I'm going to write the due date. Give it a stamp. And we'll close that one up for you. Now, all of these books are going to be due back in 2 weeks, all right? Yes. Okay. And last but not least, the vampires. Better stamp that again. Okay. One, two, three books for you. I hope you enjoy them, and best of luck on your project. I hope that you get an excellent grade. Bye-bye then. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. The Loch Ness Monster.